Welcome, folks. I'm Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're continuing on with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is episode 3. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut down of our reaction because we're only allowed a maximum of 5 minutes picture-in-picture. If you'd like to watch the entire reaction, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabyKoay. You will need your own Disney Plus subscription so you can open up the show in an adjacent window to our reaction. And it's like you're watching it with your two favorite pals from the internet. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks so much for being here. Please subscribe and hit that bell icon. If you're watching this on Patreon, thanks for supporting us here. Really appreciate it. All right, without further ado, here we go. Okay. I'm happy right now. I've been waiting for this like all week. And then when the day comes, it's like waiting all day long.
When half of us came back, it was time to rejoice and reunite. GRC, the Global Repatriation Council.
Maybe you just have to move on. Oh.
Nothing dark and sinister there.
I know, right?
Wo sind Sie? Ich habe keine Ahnung, wovon du sprichst.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. We know she came through here. Now where'd she go?
Whoa.
Oh.
Do you know who I am?
Yes, I do, and I don't care.
Oh.
I knew he was going to speak English. I knew he was going to speak English.
Well, most people in Germany do speak English, apparently. Oh. Also in Germany. Oh. Zemo's like, visitors? I don't normally get visitors.
Something is still in there.
Someone recreated the super soldier serum. I need to find out who.
He's just gonna tell you?
Luckily for you, I know where to begin.
What do you want?
What are you talking about? You want to break Zemo out of jail? Where's it? He blew up the UN. He killed King T'Chaka and framed you for it. Did you forget that?
Look, let me just walk you through a hypothetical.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. And if two prisoners start fighting, then the protocol says 4 guards have to respond.
Oh, shit.
Wouldn't be hard to slip down a hallway or two.
Oh, god damn. It's right by him.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, what are you doing here?
I didn't want to tell you because I knew you wouldn't let this happen.
If I may.
No! If we do this, you don't make a move without our permission.
Fair.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Do we trust him? Nope.
Why we're going to Madripoor.
What's up with Madripoor?
It's an island nation in the Indonesian archipelago.
James, you will have to become someone you claim is gone.
Oh, no. It's gonna be Winter Soldier again.
There's not much time. You should be with her now.
If we have to do something about this, I'm the only one who looks like a pimp.
Only an American. You look exactly like the man you're supposed to be playing, Conrad Mack, a.k.a. the Smiling Tiger.
He even has a bad nickname. Yo, he does look like me.
So futuristic looking.
Have you been there?
I don't even know if that's real.
He said Indonesia, didn't he?
Yeah, but, like, I've never heard of it. I mean, the archipelago is huge. It's, like, the biggest archipelago in the world, I think.
No.
There's a bunch of small islands that you may never have heard of or that are uninhabited.
Legit. Zimni Soldat.
Wasn't expecting you, Smiling Tiger.
Whose plans, Jane?
The usual?
Oh.
What did he say?
Not
What did he
buying
say?
it. The usual.
The usual, yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
What is it? Snake what? Just drink it, dude.
Zimni Soldat. Spirot w ataku.
Dang. Whew.
Seba will see you now.
It's almost like he's been dying to do that.
Yeah. It's getting out all that aggression.
Yeah.
Tell us what you know about the super soldier serum, and I give you him, along with the code words to control him, of course.
The super soldier serum is here in Madripoor. Dr. Wilfred Nagel is the man you want to thank.
Oh. Oh no.
Answer it. On speaker.
What you gonna do?
Hello.
We need to talk about this situation. It's been driving me nuts.
The bank, yeah. Laundered so much money. They'll come around.
Sam, I'm sorry. Let me call you back.
Sam.
Oh no.
Kill them.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Oh, that's like John Wick. Oh no.
I can't run in these hills.
Oh. You got peoples?
Well, this is too perfect.
Oh hey.
Drop it, Zemo.
Sharon?
You
thought
cost
it
me
was her.
everything.
Sharon, wait.
So what are you doing here?
I stole Steve's shield, remember? I also took the wings for your ass so that you could save his ass from his ass. Unlike you, I didn't have the Avengers to back me up, so I'm off the grid in Madripoor. My own father doesn't know where I am.
Listen, Sharon, we need your help.
I have a place in Hightown. You should be safe there for a while.
That's it?
Oh yeah, like they weren't hunted down and all
I
that.
know.
I was
Like-
expecting a little bit more.
I was expecting a little bit more epicness.
You don't ever want to come back home?
They'll lock me up if I step foot back in the States.
We need your help, Sharon. I can get your name cleared.
I don't trust Charity.
All right, a deal then. You help us out, and I get your name cleared.
All right, he's in there. Container 4261. I'll keep an eye out when you guys talk to Nagel, but hurry, we're on borrowed time.
How does that work?
Hey, Sharon, you sure this is the right one?
It's completely empty.
Positive it has to be.
Secret door?
Dr. Nagel,
Who are you? What do you want?
we know you created the super soldier serum.
Guys, we have company.
Oh, shit.
It's a lot of people. They have guns. Ah!
Damn.
Oh, come on, girl. Ooh!
Oh, nice. That's my buddy from, I introduced you to him at LA Fitness.
Yeah.
When Hydra fell, I was recruited by the CIA. They had blood samples from an American test subject with semi-stable traces of serum in his system. I was able to isolate the necessary compounds in his blood. I did what no other scientist since Erskine was able to do.
How have we never heard about this?
Because before I was able to complete my work, I turned to dust. Then when I returned, the program had been abandoned. So I came here. The power broker was more than happy to fund the recreation of my work.
How many vials did you make?
20?
Where's Carly now?
I don't know where she is, but a couple of days ago she called and asked if I could help someone named Donya Madani. Poor woman has tuberculosis.
Dang, just taking them all on. Oh.
Dude, you just watched her wipe out like 15 dudes.
Guys, we're seriously out of time here.
No!
What did you do?
Oh, shit. Okay, I don't know. Grab some stuff. It's not a good place to be. Oh.
All right, wait for my signal.
Just go start shooting.
I thought we were gonna go left.
You went the wrong way!
I'm clearing the way.
I came out first! You're supposed to follow me!
And where are we now?
Time!
It's in every action movie!
Oh. I mean, that'll
Oh,
work.
shit!
Oh.
I always thought I'd be a teacher, like Mama Donya.
Bit of a tough profession in Madripoor now.
I never thought I'd end up there. When we got put out on the street, I knew that it was the only place that had something that I could use to protect us.
Okay, thanks. Good work.
Oh, we found him? Oh, you found
They
her.
found Madani, dead. She died in Riga.
I have a place we can go.
Put your seatbelt on. Now.
There were still people in there.
This is the only language these people understand.
Whoa.
Shit.
Like, for a second there, I was like,
I thought they were getting attacked. Yeah.
no. I'll talk about it later.
We are here.
I'm gonna go on a walk. See you guys in a bit.
Flashbacks? Someone to make amends to? What is that?
What did you think had happened
Oh, with Carly?
with the explosion?
No, I was just like, in that moment, I was like, oh, I was feeling really sympathetic towards them and their cause.
thought
And
they
I was
died.
like, I
was wondering when you were gonna show up.
oh,
Oh, wow.
oh, what a cliffhanger.
Well, that was an exciting episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot had happened. It was
yeah.
moving really fast. And, you know, for it being this longer episode, I was like, okay, when is it going to, like, suddenly stop? Because that's how these Disney Plus Marvel shows have gone, is like they'll just suddenly abruptly stop on this good cliffhanger point, and you never see it coming, generally speaking. And so that was a great cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, and they kind of teased it in the beginning as well. Like, they do such a good job of kind of setting everything up, because they mentioned that the Wakandans want him as well because of what he did in Captain America Civil War, right? And then to have her show up at the end, it's like, oh, it's all coming back around. I really liked that.
Well, I mean, you can very easily see what the conflict is here. I mean, that's a really, really strong conflict. Their one lead to get them to their goal is the same dude that killed T'Challa's father.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, whoa.
Yeah.
just like intense. And she's a badass. I mean, she's been properly set up in the films to be this really super, super badass warrior lady. And, man. Whew, that's gonna be an intense episode. And so, you know, to have to work with this guy who's someone who's like really, really dangerous, who you do not like at all.
And you can't trust him.
And the thing about it is that's making this really like confusing and conflicting to a certain degree. I mean, I would imagine, at least for the audience, is that he's being really nice. And he's actually being quite helpful.
Well, yeah, because like I imagine what's happening with us is kind of happening with
the main characters,
Sam and Bucky as well, where they're just their guards are being put down because he's being helpful, he's cooperating, he's being nice. I did think at that moment when he shot the scientist, I was like, oh, here we go. He's showing his true colors, but then he comes back around and picks them up in the car, and so I'm like, but.
He's a smart guy.
He's really smart.
Yeah, he's probably got his own agenda.
He's got something, like he's got a plan. There's no way that Zemo does not have a plan. He's a super, super smart guy.
But taking it at face value, the reason he killed that scientist is because he doesn't like what that scientist did.
Sure, yeah. He hates the whole super soldier program. Yeah.
It's not very deep there, right? I mean, because it didn't seem to me that he was trying to cover anything up by killing that scientist, but there was that moment where he had the mask on and whatnot and started doing the action hero stuff for a second like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And so I was unclear as to whether or not Sam and Bucky knew that it was him in the mask. Like they didn't know it was him, right?
I don't.
Or did they?
I'm not
that
sure.
that was a little bit confusing for me. They moved and then like he showed up with the car and they're like, all right, cool. I didn't know if that was kind of understood or if they were just moving out the way because they saw this crazy ass dude. Like they never brought it up in conversation. Like who was that? So,
right. Yeah.
But, to what you were saying during the show, I was expecting a bit more of that John Wick sort of thing, which kind of happened. I mean, they got followed to the cargo area.
Yeah, no, but I think because it was very reminiscent of John Wick, literally that moment where they have a bounty put on their heads and everybody's receiving text messages, everybody in that area, and they're all like, "Oh, I'm coming for you." I thought that was gonna be a really cool moment just to have some badass fights, Maybe it would have been ripping off John Wick a little bit too much, but I would have been fine with that, just to have them get to fight, because I don't really think Sam and Bucky properly got a super cool fight scene this time around.
Together?
Sharon did.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
she did.
She was badass, and that was cool.
Yeah.
But I kind of just wanted to see those two guys have a crack at it,
It was definitely an interesting episode. I was a little bit surprised that, Sam didn't get called out on whether or not he was the real McCoy. It was like, he looks like the guy, but goddamn, no one.
He was such a goober.
Right.
He just, Zemo's all being character, but even just the way he was acting and all.
Well, the way he took that shot.
Yeah, it was like, dude, you gotta, be better. But I suppose it's well, what frame of reference does he have?
Right.
Who is this guy really? I think everybody was suspicious of him from the start. The bartender was looking at him
Right.
Right. I don't know, dude.
How did you feel when she blew up the place with all the soldiers in it?
Well, see, this is the thing that I was kind of trying to talk about, but didn't really get a chance to because I was also, paying attention to what was happening. But the way the episode was going initially, I was kind of like, oh, I am feeling for her. I'm feeling for the flag smashers. I'm thinking
maybe their cause has merit.
Cause has merit.
Yeah.
Maybe that is good. And I was kind of thinking, are they doing this thing where they're going, we've set up these guys as the villains, but actually they're not the villains. The real villain here is Zemo. So actually, they're okay. They're fighting for a just cause, blah, blah, blah. And then she blows up the whole building. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
No. That's not good. And even her friend looked at her like,
yo,
oh my God, I can't believe you just did that. And is that what I'm in now?
Right.
That's not the cause. Because they really believe that they're the good guys.
Right.
And I could see his character just kind of grappling with the situation of I thought we were the good guys, but that's not what good guys do.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah. I mean, he's obviously conflicted.
Yeah.
The actor is Desmond Chiam.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him in other things.
He does look familiar.
He looks so goddamn familiar, and I was like, was he in Mortal Kombat? No, that's not right.
No.
He was in something. I just for some reason picture him wearing a Mortal Kombat-esque outfit, and he's got the long hair. I just don't remember what that is. It's some kind of action thing. That's not this. Shannara Chronicles.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes, he was General Riga.
I was like, where have we seen this dude? He's so goddamn familiar. Okay, so yeah, Shannara Chronicles. Okay, cool.
Gotcha.
That makes sense now. I'm sorry. It was one of those things where it's at the tip of your brain, where you're like, I just gotta know. It's coming to me.
He had different colored eyes in that show.
This definitely felt more espionage. This felt different from the previous two episodes, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, tonally, it's like. It was running two different tones at the same time because it felt more like espionage, thriller, action, but then they'd have these random moments of kind of meta and making fun of itself. And jokey. He's like, it's in every action movie. I'm like, would he be saying this right now? I thought that was funny, but then another critical part of my brain goes, but why is he saying that? This entire episode has been more serious and mature, and then out of nowhere there's this one-liner they'll throw in there. Just to let you know, don't forget we're watching a Marvel thing and it's funny sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It just sort of caught me off guard because they were striking a particular tone. And okay, the bar thing that you brought up where he drinks the snake.
Whatever.
What the hell that was. Yeah. Whatever the hell that was. When he drinks it, it's this little funny moment. I'll buy that one. That was fine because it's naturalistic. It's a situational thing. He's trying to stay in character, but goddamn, that would be hard for anybody. It's pretty relatable, right? Like, I wouldn't want. I don't know what the hell I would do. And obviously, your life depends.
Take that shot.
Zemo made it very clear. It's like our lives depend on us not screwing this up.
Yeah.
We have to blend in. Cool. And then he's offered this shot. He's like, the usual. And then he regrets saying that. He should have just said, I'm good. But he says the usual, sure. And it's this thing out of a snake. It's like, ugh. So I get that. That's funny, right? But then in the throes of the action, when he goes, I told you this way, and they're like having this argument, which would never happen. And so it's bringing back that sort of Lethal Weapon, buddy cop, Rush Hour thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it's striking two different tones. And I kind of wish that they would commit more to that goofiness. For it to just come out of nowhere sometimes, it's like, it just sort of catches me off guard. I'm like, no, we're watching something. Like, this tone has been totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. I'm just being persnickety, as I always do. It's fine for like 99% of people. It's just for me, I'm like, yeah, I would have liked more of that, actually. Like, more of the goofiness, or not have it. Or just take it out. It's like either commit harder or don't have it at all.
Well, it was interesting, like what you brought up about the tone, because in the past couple of episodes, we've had a little bit more drama.
Yeah.
We've had a little bit of backstory and focus on what's happening on the inside, what's going on with their relationships and family and stuff like that. And this one kind of, I guess, delivered on what they were advertising in the trailer, which is this is, action, thriller, buddy cop stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's what they were going for. And apart from the phone call that he gets from his sister, there wasn't really any of that other like drama that we talked about.
But that phone call actually speaks to what I was talking about, which is like the goofiness.
Right.
Because he's like, remember the bank? Oh, yeah, I'm going to get those bankers.
Yeah.
And blah, blah. So he's playing into this role.
He's so bad. Like, I don't even... He should have just been like, I don't know, like, shut up, ho.
I don't even understand why that phone call was a problem. Everybody gets phone calls. He could have just been like... as soon as he saw it, he could have picked it up and said, this is a bad time. Click. But he got all awkward about it. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's the way the show wanted it to go to raise the stakes, right? Like, because things got out of hand, and then like it just gets worse and worse, and now they're on the run, and they're a target. It was a plot device, really. Which is fine. It's moving the show along.
I think Mandrapur, is that what it's called, is really, really cool. Like, I just like the whole idea.
But you said it's a fictional thing, right? Like, that's not actually how it looks like?
I've never heard of it.
Gotcha.
I mean, I lived in Indonesia a very long time ago, and it did not look like that. So, I mean, I imagine that it is a fictionalized place, but it is just like a really cool concept of this island, which is basically a place for, people who are outside of the law, and you can pretty much do whatever you want there.
Regarding Zemo, it's interesting to see how he's being developed, because in Winter Soldier, from what I remember, and it's been a while since I've watched the film, he was... I mean, they explained his backstory and whatnot, right? But he was a bad guy, and that was really all there was to it. Not Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. Civil War. He was a bad guy. He had his motives. He had his reasons for what he was doing, and so that you got some depth, some dimension to him.
Well, yeah, because it was about his family.
Right. But there was nothing amusing about the guy. There was nothing fun about him.
Right.
And what's interesting is with this episode, they're making him interesting and fun to hang out with. Like, they're making him likable, which is the weirdest thing, because he was such a bad dude in Civil War. I mean, obviously, like, again, they explain his perspective on things. He's got his reasons. Everyone's got their reasons for why they're doing whatever. And that's sort of what's been happening a lot with just Disney stuff in general. It's like, they're not actually bad.
Yeah.
Again,
people have backstories.
Yeah.
They have reasons.
Yeah.
And everyone's the hero in their own story,
right?
Right.
I call it the Maleficent effect. When you hear their side of things, they're not actually all that bad. But like you were saying, I'm cautiously optimistic, because I am kind of enjoying what he brings in terms of this dynamic between them. He's offering something different, because he's smart, he's well off, he's not afraid to say exactly what's on his mind. I like that. I just like what he's bringing to the conversation between them.
Yeah, and I mean, I like Daniel Brühl as an actor anyway. So to get to see him kind of have a little bit more to do,
fun
in the story, and be able to have more fun, I'm like, yeah, I'm here for it. Like, I just like watching you.
So all that being said, it does. I said cautiously optimistic because I'm like, okay, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Like, what's he?
Yeah.
What is he planning? How
it's not going to be good.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's got his own,
He's got his own agenda. He's got his own goals. It's like, what did they think was going to happen? You're going to bust this criminal mastermind out of jail, and then you're just going to put him back in?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's going to find a way to run amok and be at large again.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think reading some of the comments and like in our live stream and stuff, people were saying, he's got a whole other story coming up, like the origin of the mask and everything. So
Gotcha.
This is just kind of setting it up, and he's going to become a really huge villain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Well, there you go. Some of the stuff that the bad scientist was talking about, can we like revisit that in this conversation right now? Because they kept showing vials on the floor when everything was like burning up and whatnot. Were those vials some of the serum that
I don't know.
Okay.
But I imagine that if they're showing them on the floor, like, they've got to come back at some point.
No, they were like getting caught up in the fire. I don't know if like Zemo managed to grab something.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, would he have grabbed some, knowing how he feels about it?
I don't know.
Or did someone grab some?
What I saw was he bounced.
Yeah.
And then Sam, Bucky, and Sharon were still behind trying to get out of there, and they kept cutting back to the shot of the vials. So I don't believe that Zemo got a hold of any of the vials, but it's like, I want to know why they were showing that so much. Like, because maybe there was something uttered in the conversation from the scientist who was like proudly going on this monologue about blah, blah, blah. And they were asking him questions, and he said there was 20 serums that he made, right?
Yeah, he made 20, but as far as we know, there are only 8 other super soldiers.
Right. Well, exactly. And so with the remaining 12, did he say who was in possession of it?
No, all we know is that he works for the power broker.
Okay. I thought I heard him say something like that someone had them in their possession, like the power broker or somebody.
I'm not sure.
But then they kept cutting back to the vials. I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, does that represent something, or is the director just showing us that shit's on fire? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I got a little bit confused there.
I doubt that it's a situation of shit's on fire, because that would be quite disappointing. I'd like to think that they showed it to us because it's gonna come back at some point. But I imagine that, I don't know if Foe Captain and Battlestar Galactica have like, I don't know if they've taken serum yet, because they seemed really strong, but then when they were roughing up the dudes or whatever, Captain America, Foe Captain, punched that dude, but it didn't seem like he was using his full power. But in the last episode, he was quite strong. So I don't know if he's taken some or if he's going to take some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got to come back into play. Like, I feel these shows are pretty well written, so they don't just say things for the sake of, saying things.
Right.
It's going to come back. Please, writers, don't prove me wrong.
The guy Sharon was choking out is Justin Eaton, who I introduced you to at LA Fitness.
Yes, I remember.
It's always fun to see, your friends in these things. Like, I know him. Mark Canonizato, he's another friend of mine. God, it's so weird, like, how many people worked on this. Mark Canonizato worked on a Jackie Chan film some years back, and I got to take his some crazy photos of him doing like martial arts tricks and whatnot, like years ago, like 12 years ago.
Okay.
It's just nothing. It's not relevant. Forget it. I'll just shut up. I'll walk away. Kane Sinclair? Zemo's double is Kane Sinclair. So, okay, here's a fun little story. A long time ago, I was at a jam, Joining All Movement, and Kane Sinclair was there, and he talked about the short film he was going to shoot at YouTube Space LA that was going to be like one take, and it was going to be a 360 thing. So, like, on YouTube, you could pan around and look wherever you wanted to in this fight scene. And so we shot it, and he was the coordinator, right? And so I got to be part of this fight scene. I was like the bartender, I was smashing candy glass on people. And apparently they couldn't stitch it. like with the 360 camera angle. So I never got to see it.
Oh, no.
But it was a fun thing to be part of. And Kane Sinclair's also doubled. He's done some of the cool stunts for Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's just cool to see your friends in these things.
Sure.
But anyway, yeah. Speaking of Justin Eaton and all the action over there, I thought that was pretty cool. They gave her a moment to shine. It felt very much like Winter Soldier. Like the action that was introduced with Captain America Winter Soldier. It's got a particular look to it, a particular style. And I think they continued it in Captain America Civil War. It's like this high shutter speed look. I don't know if anyone really knows what that means, but if you crank up the shutter speed on a camera like what we're shooting on now, what happens is motion blur kind of goes away. And it's a look.
Right.
It's like the first time I saw it was in Saving Private Ryan.
It's really sharp.
It's really sharp. And so they employed that a lot with the action here. And it felt like we were watching stuff that was straight out of Winter Soldier. It was kind of neat. It almost felt like a continuation of that movie.
Right.
Obviously we're following some stuff from those films. It's all the connected universe.
He gets to be Winter Soldier again. We completely blew past that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like he's got a lot of stuff going on, rage and everything that he's not able to let out. Zemo's going, oh, there's still some Winter Soldier left in ya.
Well, he's prodding. He's prodding.
Yeah, he's prodding, but I think there's some truth in that.
Right.
And so
he hasn't fully
let it out.
He hasn't fully healed from all that.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't fully, moved on from this stuff. And so naturally it's going to come out almost like, someone who's trying to get over drinking alcohol and they're given, a bottle of vodka. It's like,
it's like, okay, I'm going to drink the whole thing now and just go on a bender.
Right.
Yeah.
The show didn't indicate that he was like slipping though and becoming bad or edgy as a result of that scene, but it does maybe set up a question in the audience's mind of like, where is that going to go? Anyway, back to what I was saying a second ago. It's kind of neat because it's like, okay, so you had Captain America, Winter Soldier, and then Civil War. It feels like this is a direct connection to those stories. I know we've had a lot that's gone on, and they're mentioning the blip and whatnot from Endgame and whatever, but like it still feels like very connected because of the characters that are involved.
Yeah, 100%.
And it is really neat to see them continue that story in this show, even if the tones get a little bit confusing sometimes. So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed some of that. If you're watching this on Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that bell icon. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.